morning everyone. I think I was having a discussion with Renuji on uh, how to do delegation. Sorry? No, no, I have recorded. And so we were having a discussion on a delegation sheet, and she said, okay, let's have a session. And technically, this is a meeting between me and Renuji, but everybody else is also most welcome. More than anything, this is a discussion and just my learnings from all the things that Rahul sir has taught in terms of delegation. Now, since so many more people were interested, what I did, I went back to all the notes and took a look at what are all the instances of delegation that sir has talked to us about. And I tried and consolidated it into a few points. So I think what we will start with is what is the purpose of delegation as a whole, uh, because then that will kind of give us a context, and then we get into what the delegation sheet is actually. Finally, we close it off with what is the EM, how and let's say how we are doing the executive meeting and all of that. So now, as I understand, as sir has said, see, delegation becomes one of the most important parts of the work as a business owner. Delegation becomes extremely important because we end up doing a lot of non-critical and non-roti tasks in our day-to-day lives. So it becomes extremely important that we are able to delegate all of these things. Now, we also feel like we do the work the best compared to anybody else. But then but then we are busy with so many things that things can fall out of our hands and we forget, especially regular tasks or one-off tasks, because we are firefighting all the time. We forget all of these things. So, what are all the things that can be delegated? As I said, all non critical tasks, things which you should not be doing, which somebody else can do, has to be 100% delegated. Another thing is, Sir also talked about delegation of our phone calls as well by forwarding messages, forwarding calls to the EA. We can discuss this in detail because I've been doing this for some time and I know a few other people who've been doing it. We can discuss on the actual how it is done. And the last one is you can delegate email as well. We can discuss about this as well. Now, couple of points when it comes to delegation. One of the points that sir had said that you always delegate immediately. Now, a lot of times, whenever a work comes to us, we sit and think saying, should we delegate it? How do we delegate it? Who should we delegate it to? What are the points that we have to prepare before delegation? But sir said, don't deliberate, just delegate. Right? Just give it to the other person, let them start doing the work, and you will see that they will be able to do it well on their own. The next and most important point is you never delegate to the doer. The person who's supposed to do the work, you never delegate to that person. You always delegate it through somebody else. For example, you delegate work, let's say even if it's to one of your HODs, you delegate it via the EA. Only in certain cases where it is very technical, very critical, where uh, there might be a reason for me to explain, I will explain it to my managers or my HODs. But then always all works goes via the EA itself, and EA takes your name and tells, saying, Ashwin sir has said that this work is there. Can you please look into this? Can you please give me a date for this? That is how it works. Now the next question comes, okay, you've understood what to delegate, you've understood these are the things that we can delegate, and you've understood that any delegation has to happen via the EA. Now the next question is how to delegate. See, there are different processes that different people are following. Some people are doing it through Google Keep, meaning that there is a shared Google Keep where you are also putting task and EA is taking a look at it and doing it. Personally, what I do is I send WhatsApp message to my EA. I send a WhatsApp message or I send a voice message to my EA saying such and such a thing needs to be done. Over time, there are few other things that I've added. Maybe little bit towards the end, I will share the few other things that I'm doing. Um, Next, let's actually get into the delegation sheet so that now we know what we are supposed to delegate and we know how we are supposed to delegate it. Let's get into the actual of the delegation sheet. So let me just our delegation sheet. Does anybody want information on how to set up this sheet?
I think we are through with it for a long time now.
Yeah, but if
Anyone?
No, 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 no.
Please go
Continue
on.
with the
no, the
discussion.
no's don't talk. Does anybody? Only the yeses ask, because the no's are no's don't want it, of course. Does anybody want? I'll just quick show it because if somebody is missed, then it'll become easier. See, there is a setup sheet that is there in this, and then there is a instruction sheet as well. Whenever you open this, you get this instruction sheet. This instruction sheet is very clear to go through. Okay, so step number one of this is click on the big blue button in the setup sheet. So this setup sheet, you click on this blue button, create week list. There is one week list. So in this, the first date has to be the next Sunday. For example, if you're starting this delegation sheet today, then the first date is going to be 24th of December. 24th of December here, right? And then the next thing is create a doer list. There is a doer list. In this, you put the email ID and the name of the person whom you are delegating to. The reason why this doer list is there is because at the end of the day, they get an email. Okay, and then click on update button in the setup sheet. So in this sheet, you put the time of the day at which they should get the email. So here 9 means 9 a.m. they get the email, and then you can update. And then of course there are so many other steps in this, like how to some of these other things I'll show you, but then if there is an issue, how to solve it. This is all pretty self-explanatory, so you can easily go through this sheet. Okay, so that's a quick understanding of that sheet. Now let's actually get into the delegation sheet. So see, the delegation sheet, the primary thing is you only put one-off tasks in the delegation sheet. What we mean by one-off tasks is, for example, um, there is one task which is remove Madhu from the task tracker. Now this is only one time task. This will never repeat. If there are repeat tasks, they don't come here, they go into the universal checklist. Okay, so this the delegation sheet is only for one-off tasks. That's the first thing. The second, okay, let's actually look at the working of the delegation sheet. So we've got name, task, first date, revision 1, revision 2, step and follow up. Now the name is the name of the person that we are delegating to. For example, let us say that you are delegating to me. Okay, my name is not there. Let us say that to my EA, who is Anis, work is getting delegated, and the work is set up link for interview. Okay, set up link for interview. Now, and the first date is by today it has to be done. So now this let me just filter. Okay, so now how this works is I would have sent her a voice message which says, Anis, please get this done, please set up the link for interview. Now she will see what is the first date and she will enter it. Now what is the process when something gets delayed? Now let us say that you have given the person has given the date of 20th December, and there is a chance that the task is going to get delayed. Now when the task gets delayed, if it gets delayed within the same week, for example, now today is 20th of December, if it gets delayed to 21st of December, in that scenario, what is going to happen? You are in revision 1, you are going to enter 21st of December. Okay, so the task has shifted once. Now if the on 21st of December, when the follow up is done, if the task gets delayed again and within the same week, okay, if the task gets delayed, let us say it got delayed to 22nd of December, in that case in revision 2 again the new date is put. So this is the first scenario. The first scenario is where the task gets delayed within the same week. Okay, so 20th of December the task got delayed, 21st of December again the task got delayed, and 22nd of December the task got delayed. So and in this case, and on 22nd December, let us say the work got completed. So this is where the task. Okay. Now let us take the situation. There's another situation. Let's say Anupama hire guest relation supervisor. Okay. So the first date she had given was 20th December. On 20th December, when we called, she said work is gonna get shifted to, let us say, 27th December, which is next week. Okay, so in that scenario, what you are going to do is you are going to copy this entire thing. You will copy and you will paste it again, and here you are going to put it as 27th December. So whenever a task gets delayed beyond a week, you are going to copy it into the next line and put the new date. Now what you are going to do here is 20th of December, which was there, you are going to copy it into the last column here, and here you are going to mark it as shifted. So then what this shows is that this task got shifted from this week to the next week. So these are the two major scenarios that can occur. The other scenario that can occur is that, let us say that in the case of Arjun, ticketing report, I'm just putting it for the sake, ticketing report he has to do. Now let us say that he was supposed to finish it on 20th of December. On 20th of December, he said it will get done on 21st of December. So as is the case previously, it has been changed to 21st of December. Now on 21st of December, what happens is he says, no, it will not be done on 21st of December, it will be done next week on 27th of December. So then again what we have to do, we have to put 27th of December in the next line, and we have to copy this and we have to paste it here. Okay, and as we did previously, we put 20th of December, which was the first date from here, and we mark it as shifted. Now what this does is, any task when it shifts, if it shifts within the week, it goes to 21st of December, then it went to the next week. Actually I can think of another scenario. Let us say that in this first step, let me just remove these. Is it clear until here, whatever I have said?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to this first step again. Now let us say that
In your
sorry,
in the second revision, it should be 21st December only, where you have put 20th December after 21st December.
last वाला इधर
this one.
हाँ यहाँ पे means the last division, yeah.
It doesn't matter, it's the same thing because
Has raised the hand, if in case what was. Shall we take the question in the middle, Ashwin? Is it okay?
yeah, no, we'll take it a little later. No, let me just finish it off. It will take another 10-15 minutes.
Done.
Okay, so this can be 21st or it can be 20th. It will not change the score, it doesn't change anything. That is what I have seen. I'll show you the scenario of another. Let us say that this is the same scenario. On 22nd of December, she says work gets delayed again. Even if it's within the same week, if it's for the next, from 22nd to 23rd, if it goes, then you will mark it as 23rd December here, and you will copy the same thing again here. Okay, so in fact within the week also, if it gets shifted more than 2 times, shifted to the next line, and you mark this as shifted. Is this overall okay for everybody?
Yes.
Right, so this is about how the actual delegation sheet works. If any question is there about this, then we can specifically discuss.
इसमें पूछना था मेरे को कि अगर रिपीटेडली वो पर्सन कहता है मैं कल तो हमें 4-5 दिन बाद रिपीट हो गया, तो उस केस में क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है?
Okay, I'll come to that. So the question that you are asking is, what if a person keeps delaying it? मतलब वही काम डिले करते रहेंगे तो कैसा करना है वो? Correct?
सेम वीक में करेगा तो वी हैव ऑप्शन फॉर 2.
Yes.
एंड अगर वहाँ पे तो 4-5 दिन हो जाते हैं.
Yes.
एंड ही डेलिबरेटरी कर रहा है, कुछ भी कर रहा है, तो वो
Yeah.
कर ही जाता है, उसमें कैसे करें?
No problem. We'll come to that. We'll come to the whole purpose of the delegation sheet itself. So the point of this delegation sheet is Not, as I understand it, one purpose is to of course get work done, but the second purpose is for people to take responsibility of their work. अभी क्या होगा कि for my EA I have said that uh, you know there are only three things that I tell my EA. The first one is whatever I say has to be recorded. There can't be a situation where I remember something and you forget something, so that situation can't be there. Then the second thing I say is that every task should have a date no matter what. That is your primary reason to do whatever necessary. Am I still audible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back now.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing that I was saying was to my EA, my only there are only three things that I tell. The first thing is that you cannot forget anything, right? There is no way that I tell you something and that it is not recorded in the delegation sheet. The second thing that I say is every task should have a date, because we see that lot of times we delegate something but people don't give dates. They will say nahi, I'll give later. I say wrong dates is also okay, but I tell all my team saying no matter what, I want a date there. And the third thing that I tell my EA is you don't worry about work getting delayed. It is not your job to make sure work gets done quickly. अभी वो काम जल्दी होना है, that is not the EA's job. The EA's job is only to remind and only to record it. To get the work done fast is my headache. It's my job and I will do it. Now again, to get work done fast is you know what happens is that we think that we want to get work done fast by force, but it does not happen. That is why this beautiful system is there. अभी वो EM जब होगा, that all the problems will get sorted. One more thing about this sheet. See, this sheet access is given only to the EA. Nobody else will have access to this sheet. See here, only I and the EA have access to it. Now, why is it that only I and the EA have access to it? The reason is, abhi, whenever I delegate some work to one person, I believe it is the responsibility of that person to keep a track of his works and the date which he has given. That is a habit that I want to develop within the organization, right? And if I start giving them access, they will think nahi, EA will keep track, so it's okay, no problem. So now I have, so specifically I ask all my managers saying you only please keep track of your work. No, that is such a simple thing. Your work, you keeping track is the best thing. The second thing is that EA doesn't give reminders during the week, one day before, 2 days before, no reminders to anybody, right? Again the principal reason is because I want my people to become responsible. अभी सर ने भी वही बोला था कि don't make calls previous day. Only on the day of the task will the EA call the person and say, for example, Anupama, she will call on 20th December, call करके she will say, sir, madam, hire guest relation supervisor, task was pending for today, is it done or is it done? She will ask. She will say no. Then the EA will ask, please give me the next date, right? And she will put the next date here. Now what used to happen in our organization was people used to not give dates. They used to stop giving dates. So then I called my managers. I said, see, all of you are responsible. All the people that I delegate to are responsible. So I said, firstly, keep a track of all your works, and whenever you are giving dates, please plan and give dates. Thirdly, whenever you see that a date is getting, that I'm going to get postponed with that work on a particular date, आप ही EA को phone करके बोल दो कि madam, this work got delayed, it is going to get delayed by 3 days, please put this new date. Now what this does is that it starts getting your people better and better at planning. The whole purpose of the delegation sheet and EM is to ensure that the planning of our teams improve, because if the planning of each person in the team starts becoming better and better, it is good for everybody. Okay, now there are couple of points which come up. The first point is abhi there is external dependency. Lot of people say, sir, I have work, but it is dependent on that person, it is dependent on this person. Now primary thing of delegation is The reason why work does not happen is because we ask reason for why that work does not happen. As sir says, no, there is no way that you should ask why. The only question you should be asking is, please give me a date, please give me a date, please give me a date. And you tell saying, I can't listen to stories, I can't listen to, I'm sure that these reasons are very valid. अभी external vendor है तो भी, even if external vendor, you're dependent on external vendor, if you're dependent on government, if you're dependent on somebody, you will tell saying, I know it's dependent, but call karo, call 10 times. Don't wait for me to ask you why it's delayed. If there is a problem, raise a help ticket so that I can solve it. Right? And so the first thing that we have to do is, now my EA comes to me. She will say, sir, Manjunath is telling that because of this reason. I say reason. Don't bring reasons to me. Right? Don't bring reasons to me. You also don't listen to reason. Anyways, you don't understand the job. Tell saying, sir, Ashwin sir is asking for dates. Please give me the next date. Reasons. I can't explain this reason to him. Please give me the next date. So with everybody, the only thing that you will, once you have delegated a task, you will either get a help ticket for it, or if there is a big problem and you see that somebody has a lot of problems, then on the next day you might do an OM, or you will get a new date. The concept of taking reasons should be abolished and should be stopped altogether. No reason is valid. Right? So that's one thing. Now, yeah, so that is one thing. Then the next thing that I wanted to ask is, has anybody had a problem with rolling out the delegation sheet? क्योंकि मैंने उस टाइम एक डेलीगेशन शीट का अलाइनमेंट मीटिंग कर लिया था पूरा टीम के साथ.
है प्रॉब्लम तो है.
ओके, तो
मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ काफी देर से, बट वो चीज अभी अलाइन नहीं हो पा रही.
ओके, सो दिस वाज द स्क्रिप्ट दैट आई यूज्ड विद माय टीम. मेरे टीम के साथ ये स्क्रिप्ट मैंने यूज किया था. आई सेड, what is the most important life skill to become successful in life? What is the most important life skill to become successful in life? The most and they said lot of things, and then one person will say, sir, time management is most important skill. I say, yes, this is the most important skill. Time management is the most important skill. Time management is what makes the most successful people successful. Now, why is time management important to you? Then they will give you they will tell you, this is why time management is important, that is why time management is important, you know, it makes us better in life, this, that, all of that. Excellent. Now, can you give me some symptoms of bad time management? So I asked my team saying, can you give me some symptoms of bad time management? They will say, being late to meetings, giving tasks, giving dates but not being able to get it done. There are times when I have lost something, my wife got angry, whatever. There are so many instances of, because of time management, things going wrong. So then I say, can you give me instances where you were excellent at time management? Right? There are instances where you are excellent at time management. There are certain instances. So then they will start saying, and then you point it down to, have you ever missed an exam? No, I have never missed an exam, because in that scenario, the time management was very good. Have you ever missed a flight or a train? No. Right? You don't miss it. So then I tell them saying, when somebody else sets a time for you, you take it very seriously. But when you set a time for yourself, you don't care for it. Tomorrow if I told you saying, I'm going to deduct 500 rupees a day because you came late to work, you are going to value it. But if I tell you, that's because you value money but you don't value your time. Now this entire exercise of delegation sheet and EM is only to show you how valuable your time is and how you are wasting your time. Okay, now in the delegation sheet, I make it a point that all the dates are given by my team, and as far as possible, I am not the one giving the dates. Right? As 99% of the times, unless it's extremely important, I never give times. I only take times from the team. And when I sit in my EM, I tell them saying, well, this is a mirror that I'm showing you. right? I want you to improve on your time management. I want you to improve your time. That is the reason why I'm sitting every Monday for you. Do you think that I can't get my work done? Do you think that I have done it for 20 years, right? Do you think that I can't get my work done? I know how to get my work done, right? And so I say that this entire exercise is so that I show you to how to value your time. Now let's get into the executive meeting. Now I'll just share my screen again. So अभी वो बोलने के बाद then people are like, yeah, this exercise is not to get work done, it's not to monitor me. This exercise is there to actually show me how I am valuing my own time. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is the dashboard which is there. Now executive meetings, now it has been 15-16 weeks, that is about 4 months. I have missed only one executive meeting. Even on holidays I have taken executive meetings, and nothing else. Even during that executive meeting I will tell, even on a holiday I came because I want to show you how valuable your time is and how you are spending your time. This meeting is there only to hold people accountable, and the script that I use is, I say that this dashboard, is this visible? Is this visible to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So then what I say is, this dashboard only shows you how good your planning is. Because I ask them who gave the date, they will say, sir, we gave the date. Then I say who decided how much task you will do in that week. They say they decided. So then I tell you saying, see boss, this I am showing you only how good your planning was, right? Is your planning 100% in green? Is your planning 100% in red? Or is your planning yellow? And of course now we understand what is green, yellow and red. Green means that the date when then the date when the doer gave, they were able to complete. Yellow means that it got postponed within the week. Red means that it got postponed 2 times within the week or got postponed to the next week. Okay, so now this is how this sheet works. All the doers names comes here, right? So any doer that you take, for example, now let me take Prasanna Kumar. You can set the week number here. So this is of last week, right? 10th December to 17th December. If you set 14, then 14th का score आ जाएगा, 13th का score आ जाएगा. All of this will come. Now when I sit in that meeting, I just tell them saying, see, last week you had planned, for this week you had said you will get 100% in green, and you have gotten 100% in green this week. So what planning score do you want for next week? Matlab, what planning score do you want? Do you want 100 in green, 50 in green, 50 in yellow, or do you want 80 in green, 20 in red? What do you want? They will tell some score. They will say, sir, I want 80 in green, 20 in red. Or they will say, I want 100 in green, 0 in red. You will see that in your team certain people are inherently optimistic. No matter what, they will say, no sir, I am always targeting 100 in green, I am always targeting. In that case, you just write 100, click save, and you smile and you say it's okay. Now there are scenarios when, for example, in this case there was 100% in red. Now when he comes to my office, I tell him, I never score during EM. I say, wonderful, 100% in red, excellent, must have been lots of problems, no? Yes sir, too many problems. Very good, lot of people are waiting. Let's not discuss the problems now. We'll do one thing, if needed, if you want to solve this, or if you want my help, let's have a meeting tomorrow and let's try and solve this. But then I tell them the best part of this is that अभी मैंने आपको दिखा दिया है कि your planning you have to improve. Okay, now you tell me what planning score do you want for next week? He will say, I want 80 in green, 20 in red. So I said, great, all the best, go ahead and do it. And I say the best part of this system is, if your score was 100 in red last week, no problem, because the way in which the delegation sheet is designed is that on every Monday all scores get reset, right? All scores get reset. You get to start at 100% in green, and depends on how your planning goes in that week, you can improve. Now I'll put 100 here and then I click save. Now when I click save, it goes and sits in this one archive sheet here. So ये archive sheet में this is not important. Why I am showing you this is to see if it has gotten saved. अभी ये देखो that this was wrong. I think I did it now. So it will show in week 15 Anupama. What is this? In week 15 Anupama, red was 50, yellow was 50, green was 0, and she said that she wants a planned score of 100. Now I see that most of my teams early on were saying 30, 70, 80 and all. Now slowly they have started believing in themselves. There are some weeks then scores are not good, but they have started aiming for 100. That is more important for me. The entire purpose for the next 2-3 months once you start is not to evaluate them. It is only to help them to become better at their planning. And I tell them, if you become good at planning with me, your planning in the rest of your life will improve. Okay, so that is one thing. Now the last thing that I want to show you is, Abhi, all this keeps happening. I would have delegated something to the EA, some work keeps happening. Now how does she report to me? One is, initially I used to do S30 with her, right? So when I used to do S30 with her, then that time I used to review each task, what has happened and all of that. Now I have stopped doing S30 with my EA because generally things are set. So now I ask her to send me an EOD report. This is how my EOD reports. Okay. So in my EOD report, this is EOD report for 19th December. She sends me this screenshot. Now what this screenshot says is name, task, this is task completed, name, who was supposed to do it, task, done date, when was it done, and how did you verify the completion, right? So she will say, for example, Ajik span to HO Chetna, you confirmed over WhatsApp, how was this done? Now there are some tasks which get delayed. Okay, Sindhu IIP brochure for Expo 24, 19th December to 20th December it has gone. Then for example, tasks without dates. The third thing is tasks without dates, because dates are the most important thing. So I say tasks without dates. If there are any tasks without dates, then she will show me that. So this is the report that I get once a day. Now because of this, I can keep a track of everything that is happening at my end. So this is how the entire delegation works.
Thank you, Ashwin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you so much.
Ashwin ji,